People who actually used a pen from start until it lost ink without losing them. How the hell did you do it? I used to be a paramedic, and we had paper patient care reports we had to fill out for every call. Our uniforms had a pen sleeve in the front pocket. I had my favorite special pens that were medium tip, strong, and black ink that I used. I also had crummier pens in my clipboard that I would lend out if someone asked, but never my special pen. I wrote a heck of a lot of notes over the years. I tuck my favorite pen behind my ear, where it is hidden by my long hair, and leave the decoy pens on my desk. Have a coworker that chews pens. Chews on other people's pens. What a monster. I still have a few pens and pencils from when I was in elementary school. I'm now 50. I mean, technically I do too, but I don't use it. It's a pen with my mother's name and work contact info. She died, so I treasure it. Edit. Thank you everyone for the upvotes. This may be my most liked comment. After reading this comment, my emotions don't know if I should feel like this is wholesome or sad. Don't feel sad. It was a very long time ago, and I believe she's in a better place. The trick to not losing things is to always put them back in the same place when you're done. Applies to keys, pens, wallets, etc. Nah, no one's pen is safe at my job. I even etched my name into one of my pens and found the guy that took it. I have the opposite problem. My colleague keeps using pens, then finding them on his desk and assuming someone else put them there, so he ends up putting them on my desk. I'm like, dude, I don't need all these pens, thanks. Wow, I need this problem. I need them, colleagues. No, really. Studio/project manager based in London, UK, looking for work. Kept it on my desk at all times, even when I left the office. It was the only pen I had. Same. When it ran out, didn't know what to do with myself. Felt so lost in this world. Then someone directed me to the supply closet, where there were tens of pens just like mine. Felt like I was able to go on and live my best work life. Not that the first pen meant nothing to me. It's just when the ink runs out, I have to keep working. If I don't, what is the fine point of it all? This is my pen. There are many like it, but this one is mine. My pen is my best friend. It is my life. I must master it as I must master my life. Without me, my pen is useless. Without my pen, I'm useless. I must hold my pen true. I must write more legibly than my enemy who is trying to kill me. I must complete my paperwork before the deadline. I will. My pen, and I know that what counts in work is not the ink we deplete, the smudge on the paper, nor the recycling waste. We know that it is the signature on the dotted line we will hit. My pen is human, even as I, because it is my life. Thus, I will learn it as a brother. I will learn its weaknesses, its strength, its parts, its accessories, its ball and its barrel. I will keep my pen clean and ready. Even as I'm clean and ready, we will become part of each other. We will. Before God, I swear this creed. My pen and I are the defenders of my country. We are the masters of our enemy. We are the saviors of my life. So be it. Until victory is America's and there is no enemy but peace. Full Metal Ballpoint. Holy Jesus. What is that? What the F is that? What is that? Private Pile, sir. A jelly roll pen, sir. A jelly roll pen, sir. Yes, sir. How did it get here, sir? I took it from the mess hall, sir. Never lend your pens to someone. Hover until they give it back. No, never lend it out. Tell them where the stationery cupboard is and tighten your grip. The ink is yours and you'll only get to finish it if you defend it. Never dip your pen in company ink. I don't think this means what you think it means. Buy good pens. If it costs more than your standard dollar store bic, you'll work harder to not lose it. I bought a $7 pen because I always lose pens and I got sick of not caring. Mitch Hedberg. I write jokes for a living. I sit at my hotel at night. I think of something that's funny. Then I go get a pen and I write it down. Or if the pen is too far away, I have to convince myself that what I thought of ain't funny. Well, it was in my pocket, it overheated and all the ink leaked out onto my leg. Wouldn't recommend. But technically, you did it. Whenever you lend your pen, keep hold of the lid. You'll always get it back. That increase your chances. Back when I was working retail, I'd have a pen to give the customers to sign credit card receipts and fill out checks. Enough of them walked away that I started to keep the cap when handing out the pen. That way if they absent-mindedly put my pen in their pocket, I'd at least have the satisfaction of ruining their shirt. My friend has so many pens I can't even count them all. She uses them all until there's no ink. I asked her the same thing. She said simple. I'm not a dumbass, and I've never been more offended in my life. Edit. Thanks so much for the gold. I'm freaking out right now. Some people think I'm dramatizing the pen count. I'm not kidding. This girl has so many pens. I lost count of them at 150. Some people are saying she's a bad friend. But that's a roast we are both proud of. We laugh about it. Yeah, I have pencils and pens that are 10 plus years old. I have a box for both. When I'm done writing, I put them back in the box. I'm not sure how some people survive in this world. My friend said he bought an eraser 5 years ago and there was still 1/3 of it remaining. Imagine how broke the industry would be if everyone was responsible enough to keep care of their stuff. A box of wooden pencils and a big eraser costs like $2 and some change, and should NJ theory last for a year. I've never used a single eraser long enough to wear it down. Buy a box of pens I like. Limit how many I have out at one time. One for the desk, one for the backpack, one for the pencil case. Don't take out another until one of them is done. Only exception is if I've lost one and can't find it after a week. I'm a pen fiend, so when someone asks to borrow it, if they start walking away with it, I ask them for it back. It's a bad habit of mine, but I can't help it. Same with pretty much anything on my desk. Bad habit. I wish I could do that. Instead I just stare at the pen hoping that they'll remember to return it before they leave. Agreed. I don't think this can be considered a bad habit. Pen theft is real theft. The penalty for pen theft should be that you have to get the worst artist you know to draw temporary tattoos on you until the ink runs out. It's a fine line between pen law and tree law. Just saying. I tend to buy refillable pens of some quality and at some cost. Makes me take care of them and value them. Last pen lasted 12 years before it broke. Bought the same model once again. Big pens disappear all the time. But I know where my favorite is. I broke out my fountain pen from grade school when I had to write about 10 pages in exams in college. Are you from Germany? I've heard fountain pens are common use there in grade school. That's not the case here in the US. Yeah, they're super common here. I love fountain pens, but unfortunately in my line of work it's better to have a pen. Also, you're not supposed to lend fountain pens to anyone, so it won't get lost as easily. Fountain pen. Expensive pen that runs dry quicker, makes it easy to use it till it runs out of ink without losing it. I've completely used up the same pen dozens of times. The ink in my fountain pen seems to evaporate. I install a new cartridge, and no matter how little I write, it's about half empty a week later. What pen do you use? Capsule might not be great. Pilot Metropolitan. If I remember correctly, the Pilot Namaki cartridges are just on the smaller side. Not too much to be done about that, unfortunately. I draw in class. A fuck ton of times. Relatable. OCD. I'm that guy that uses pen from start to finish. That always uses chapstick till the end. I will use a lighter till there's no more fluid. If I ever lose something, I will spend the whole day obsessing over it and can't focus on anything else. Man, I finally broke down and bought some $6 lip balm instead of $99 chapstick. So smooth. So soothing. I have never ever kept up with a tube of lip balm for so long. I kept it in my front shirt pocket at work and everything was fine for weeks and weeks. I was like 2/3 of the way done and so fucking proud of myself for keeping up with this one tube for so long. Then one day it was just gone. I scoured my workspace, car, and house and never found it. I got another one and I still have it, but it's not the same lol. I'm really good at keeping up with chapsticks. I didn't lose one for years. Then I got my cat, who doesn't enjoy knocking things over, but he loves things that roll around when he pushes them, like pens, pencils, eyeliners, and yes, chapstick. So I lost like 4 tubes that live in my living room, 1 tube at a time, and I kept replacing it. I got pissed. I lift the couch, and behold a trove of lipstick, pens, lip gloss, pencils, and my fucking chapsticks. He likes to play with them until he loses them under the couch. Dork. Almost exactly the same thing happened with me and my cat, except it was hair ties. I was buying like a 25 pack every couple weeks, which is nuts, but they just kept disappearing. Then I opened the closet where the water heater is and found a mountain of hair ties that my cat had bopped under there. Hey, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe.